so for this review, we're looking at the mean, and we're just kind of introducing what the mean is and how you find it. So really, the mean is just a value obtained by dividing the sum of several quantities for their number. Another word for mean, and this is probably the one you'll hear a lot coming up in future math courses, is average. Average and mean literally mean the same thing. So all this is you take some numbers, you add them up, and then divide by how many there are. So for example, if I had 2, 4, and 6, I would take those numbers and add them up, 2 plus 4 plus 6, which is 12, and then I count how many numbers I had. I had 1, 2, 3 numbers, and that's what I divide that sum by. So my average here would be 4. All right. Oops. We're just going to look at one example. I already gave you one, but we're going to look at a bigger example and what happens if you don't have nice numbers. So if you were paying attention or watched the dot plot video, you'll notice that this is the same exact data set. So when I'm finding the mean for my set, again, you're just adding up all these numbers. So I'm literally taking 5 plus 7 plus 1 plus 3 plus 7 plus 7 plus 10 plus 4 plus 2 plus 3 plus 8. All right, so I just add all those up. When I add them up, I get 57. You can tell sometimes people forget to do that dividing by how many numbers. So remember, the mean is kind of almost like the average of all the numbers. So that means it has to fall somewhere in between the numbers. So if I look, my numbers fall between 1 and 10. That means my average or my mean has to be between 1 and 10. So this 57 can in no way, shape, or form be the mean. It's too big. So just by seeing that can possibly help you remember to do that division. So again, for the last step of the mean, I just count up how many numbers I had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, I know that there were numbers that repeated, for example, 7, 7, and 7. You count them each as their own number. So I wouldn't count them as 1. I would count them as 3 different things. So that's where the 11 comes from. So when I do that math, 57 divided by 11, I'm going to get 5.181818. Your calculator only holds so many digits, so what ends up happening is it will round. So that's where that 2 is coming from. If I round to the 10th place, I'm going to look at this number here, and I'm going to round it to 5.2. That would be my average, or my mean. So all I have to do, add up the numbers, divide by how many there are, and you found your mean.